Welcome to another edition of Amp It Up. I'm your host, Colleen Fuentes, and tonight we will be rocking out to the sounds of Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
And the train yard is ready? All right. Let's give it up for Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck.
The first song, it's actually the first song on the record too, is called I Might Be. And I gotta be honest with you, I wrote it a long time ago, and it just kind of stayed in a notebook for years and years, and I never really did much with it. And then the time came to make this record. I don't know, I just wanted to write a really simple, folksy love song that really said nothing.
I might be in love with you. I might be in love with you. I don't even have to wanna make it come true. I don't wanna fake it. You don't fake it too. I might be in love with you. I might be in love with you. I don't even have to wanna make it come true. I don't wanna fake it. You don't fake it.
The metal band I was in high school, we met Dan online. We lured him to a basement in Coon Rapids, and magic happened. What can I say? We realized early that he was better than us, and so of course we immediately kicked him out. I might be in love with you. I might be in love with you. One more time. I might be in love with you. I might be in love with you.
Thank you very much.
If I could have one childhood toy back, it would probably have to be my original Super Nintendo. I logged so many hours saving the princesses and all that if I had that back, it would be done. It would be done. It would be no more PlayStation 3 after that.
There was this kid that lived up the block, and we used to play around together in the yard, and he had this can. It was a can, like a soup can, and he took the label off of it, and we put worms in it.
A stuffed animal dog. In fact, I hadn't shared this with so many people, but it was basically a sad sack. That was part of many conversations as I was a kid growing up.
I'm glad you asked that. When I was a kid, we didn't have a lot of toys, but my neighbors did. And so I found a lot of enjoyment with the boxes from their toys, though. Some of the bigger boxes, I guess that's what I grabbed.
I suppose if I could have any childhood article back, it would be my Megatron Transformer toy. It was pretty awesome. He was like a tank, and then you could turn him into this really mean, bad robot guy and shoot little things out of him. But it's gone now. just have to let it go, I think.
Take my only dream, tear it at the seams. If you refuse to see, you ain't no good to me. Take my soul for free. Sell it on the street. If it's you or if it's me, you ain't no good to me. And if you can't get on your feet, you ain't no good to me. And if you can't get to the door, you ain't my love no more.
When I was about 5 years old, and my parents bought me a toy guitar, like maybe this big, and I went up and performed in front of the whole family. I don't even know what I played, but the picture's ridiculous. I hope it never gets leaked. I fell in love with it. That's all I wanted to do. The first song I learned was the theme for Darth Vader.
They don't want you, they don't need you, they don't need a thing. They can't give you what I can't give you, but I'm not waiting for the phone to ring. And if you can't get on your feet, you ain't no good to me. And if you can't get to the door, you ain't my love no more.
We will be back with more Amp It Up and Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck right after the break.
It tastes like cat litter.
Town Square Television. We don't make good coffee. We make good videos.
Gross.
Welcome back to Amp It Up. We have more with Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck.
If you haven't noticed, a lot of these songs, they have a tendency to have an escapist theme. Like Better Underground is just kind of a metaphor for just being somewhere else and being unsure of where you're at, and you know, you never know where it's going to be better. And it's about death, and it's about life and love. But again, the actual lyrics, I don't even remember writing them. I just interpret them as I go along. They still mean a lot to me in different ways every time I play it.
above us. We could go there every day. Maybe we'd stay out of trouble. If only we'd stay out of the way. And I hear you want me, and I hear you don't. And I hear you want me anymore.
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, I heard Black Dog by Led Zeppelin for the first time, and that's when I knew, like, I got to play guitar. It was just too cool.
The highway, but one time made him choke. She took him to court on Wednesday. By Friday, he was broke. He sits by the fire, eyes just like the sun. He's a broken heart for hire to anyone. But sometimes I forget why I love you. You make me forget what to say. Maybe we'd stay out of trouble and make it our own special way. And I hear you want me, and I hear you don't. And I hear you want me anymore.
Thank you.
Watch out for Andy, I guess, is my main thing. You just really got to keep an eye on him at all times. Because Andy is outspoken sometimes. He forgets his filter. And so we just like to keep a tight leash on him, you know?
He's like one of those sores that you get like on the roof of your mouth that just won't go away, and you can't stop touching it and bothering with it, and it just keeps staying there and coming back. And that's kind of like Andy. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been 10 years, a little over 10 years. And he just keeps coming back. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know.
Down in New Orleans, they call the rising sun. many poor girls. And me, oh God, I'm warm. Well, it's one foot on the platform, and the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. I'm going back to New Orleans. My race is almost run. I'm going back to end my life down in the rising sun.
House of the Rising Sun is a song that I've loved since I was a kid. It's just got a lot of emotion behind it. And I just think it's a really powerful song, and I really enjoy playing it.
There's a house down in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many poor girls and me, oh God, I'm
Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck, and more Amp It Up right after the break.
Town Square Television. We don't produce dancers. We produce high quality videos.
Welcome back to Amp It Up. We are going to get to know Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck a little bit better right now. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. You're so welcome, Stamina. Could you go through, Dan, and introduce your Trainwreck to everyone, please?
Yeah, sure. To my right is Eric Johnson on guitar. That's Nathan Solly on the keyboards. That's Andy Motherway on the drum kit, and that's Jake something or on
Just
bass.
Jake.
Just Jake.
Just Jake. Jake only needs one name, right?
Yeah.
Jake just needs
Jake's
one
a
name.
name.
So you started playing when you were quite young, right?
Yeah, I did.
How old were you?
Oh boy. I started playing when I was probably around 11 or so.
What inspired you to start playing so young?
Actually, to be honest with you, was my my grandmother was moving. She's like, hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
She was moving out of her house, and we were helping her move. And she had an old nylon string acoustic in her in the closet, and I picked it up and just kind of fell in love with it and stopped helping them move. And they all got upset with me, and then yeah. And then my parents made me mow lawns for 2 summers to buy my own guitar finally.
And to make up for not helping Grandma move.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you guys get together?
I've known Andy for years. We were in a heavy metal band when I was about 15 or 16, I think.
Yeah, him and his creepy friends used to pick me up from Coon Rapids or not to Coon Rapids, and yeah, we'd practice in the basement, and then that kind of fiddled out after a little while, and then we kind of went our separate ways, and then we just reconnected again here recently, and Andy worked with Eric. I went to high school with Nate, and Jake is Eric's friend. Just Jake.
So you have an album out, correct?
I do. Yeah,
What's your process for going about doing that?
Oh, it's a hellish one. I can say hellish, can I?
Yes, you can. You said it twice.
I started recording it when I was probably 17 or 18, and I wound up playing all the instruments on the record. You can pick it up or stream it. It's at www.dandragich.bandcamp.com, so you can stream it there or buy it if you're so kind.
So how's this dynamic work? You guys hate each other?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? You getting there?
It's a struggle every day.
After tonight? And you have one more song for us tonight?
Got one more song. It's just the last song on the record, actually. It's called Happy.
Fantastic. Let's give it up for Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck.
Thank you.
When we were playing together back in the day, it was we knew there was something really special about Dan. It felt like at the time we were kind of holding him back, and it was cool for him and I to connect again many years later. Come to find out, we were really these kindred musical spirits, and to get to play with him again live, playing tonight here, it's just been really, really spectacular and awesome.
You'll be happy when I'm dead, you said, but I know what you really meant instead. That everything we love is all just in our heads. Well, I'll just wait for you in bed.
Happy is one of the darkest songs that I've ever written. Well, the opening line is, "You'll be happy when I'm dead." And it's obviously not literal, it's a metaphor, but it's basically about heartbreak and the end of things, and maybe even the beginning of other things. And then it's about, I don't know, being unsure, being afraid, not knowing what's coming next. It's about future and life and love and all that stuff too. It's kind of another escapist song.
Just wait for you in bed. Well, maybe someday we'll be friends.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My greatest accomplishment is just being where I'm at with music these days. It's what I've always been doing my whole life.
So my greatest accomplishment is probably my 5-year-old mutt dog, Lou. I don't know if it's so much me that's the qualifier there is him. I'm gonna take credit for it though. He's a hound mix, so he kind of gives you a little weird calls. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lays on the couch all day, acts like a person.
I've mastered elevated eyebrow. Is 1. 2, 2004 Chrysler Sebring. Maybe heard of it. 3, full-time job. Next question.
I'm 31, and for some reason I always had this odd sense that at some point in time, 31 was not going to be an option. So I'm looking forward to 32 and all the way to hopefully 101. So just living and breathing is in itself a great accomplishment.
I laugh a lot and have fun and do my best to enjoy myself. That's my only accomplishment. I haven't done anything. And people out there doing real things. I just live life and try to have fun and play my music and get up the next day.
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Dan Dragich and the Trainwreck. Thank you, everybody out there, for coming out.
Thank you, Colleen.
That wraps it up for this edition of Amp It Up. I'm Colleen Fuentes, and we will see you next time.